Hello everyone, American Sports 365. Here with me once again is my colleague Alex. So, the Heat played their season opener at home against the Pistons. Thankfully, the Heat managed to win, although it ended up being way closer than it really should have been. Heat won 103 to 102, and nearly blew a 19-point fourth quarter lead, so definitely not a good performance there in the final quarter, but thankfully Heat held on to beat a team that they should be beaten by at least 20 points. So, what are your thoughts on this win?
Yeah, we won, but it was kind of disappointing. We should be beating the Pistons by more, and it's also disappointing that we almost lost a large lead, which is something we did many times last season as well.
Yeah, I think overall the performance wasn't that bad, but the fourth quarter performance was definitely concerning, and I think the Heat definitely have to do a better job of holding on to leads in order to win more games than they did last season, not being in a position where they have to go through, the most difficult possible path in order to try to win a title again. Now, in terms of the Heat's top players, or number of good performances, Bam had 22 points and 8 rebounds. Jimmy Butler had 19 points and 14 rebounds. Hero had 16 points. Love had 13 points on efficient shooting, and Duncan Robinson had 15 points off the bench. So, in terms of scoring, it was pretty well-rounded and definitely good to see multiple Heat players contributing.
Yep.
So, what are your thoughts on the Heat's balanced scoring in this game?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say four of our players played well and scored a decent number of points. There were definitely some disappointing performances outside of them, but it's good to see that 4 of our most important players played well, at least.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was good to see that balanced scoring. I think all of the starters played pretty well, except for Lowry, who was terrible. And it's also good to see Duncan Robinson play well. I think he can be a major asset to the Heat if he gets back to shooting as well as we know he can. And obviously, he's developed his game more than just being a catch and shoot 3-point shooter as well. So hopefully he continues to play well. Hero did have 16 points, not very efficiently, but again, he's barely played basketball in quite some time, so it's important to keep that fact in mind. So I think he'll be fine, but just definitely good overall in terms of the scoring. Now, one other thing that was good to see was the performance of Thomas Bryant. He had 8 points, 3 assists, and 6 rebounds in 18 minutes. In 16 minutes, actually. So, definitely played well in time that he had, and I think he's going to be a real asset ahead for the Heat, who now have a more reliable backup center. So what do you think of Thomas Bryant's performance?
Yeah, he was solid. It was great to see that, and I agree. We really needed a more reliable backup center because that was basically a hole on our depth chart last season. No disrespect to Cody Zeller, he tried his best, but Thomas Bryant is definitely an upgrade.
Yeah, for sure. And he did not play very well in the minutes without Bam last season because the other options weren't that great. To be honest, but it's definitely good to see Heat actually have a solid backup center. For once, the Heat honestly haven't had that very often in the past couple of seasons. So, yeah, it's definitely good to see Thomas Bryant play well in his first regular season game with Heat, and hopefully that continues moving forward.
Yep.
Now, offensively, the Heat weren't that great. In some areas, only shot 40% from the field, which is obviously not good. Did make 36% of their 3-point attempts, and he only had 7 turnovers, which is definitely very good to have it below double digits. So mixed bag for the Heat offensively, and just barely managed to get over the line in this one. So, what are your thoughts on the Heat's offense in this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good that we had so few turnovers. We didn't shoot very efficiently, but I think it was just an off shooting night. That doesn't necessarily mean we need to worry about being super inefficient, like for the whole season or anything like that. So I actually look at it as a positive, mostly because we had so few turnovers.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Heat will definitely shoot better moving forward. It was just a bad shooting night. 3-point shooting was good. Hopefully that continues or it's even better. And it's definitely good to see the Heat take care of the ball well, because a lot of the Heat's losses for the past 3 or 4 seasons are going back longer than that. A lot of times when you see Heat loss, you see really big numbers in the when it comes to turnovers. So it's good to see that. It definitely could have been better, but I think offensively there were definitely positives to take from this. Now, when it comes to defense, I think the Heat did pretty well overall, except against Cade Cunningham, who had 30 points and 9 assists. However, the Pistons only shot 44.6% from the field and had 16 turnovers. So I think defensively the Heat did a good job against the Pistons overall. Just really need to do better against Cade Cunningham, who almost won down this game. So what are your thoughts on the Heat's defense in this game?
Yeah, it was good overall. Forced a lot of turnovers, forced them to shoot inefficiently. So overall, good defensive performance.
Yeah, I think the Heat just need to key in on the top players from the opposing teams a little bit more. But yeah, overall, there was a lot of good things that the Heat did defensively in this game.
Yep.
So there you have it. A closer win than we expect against Pistons, but win nonetheless. So it's good to see the Heat start off the season positively, and next game is going to be a tough one in Boston against Celtics. So hopefully the Heat can definitely have a better performance and get the same result, get another win, and start that road trip off on a positive note.
Yep.